Thank you, Kyle. Jerry, you killed it. This is something I wrote for my daughter. She likes to send postcards when we go on trips. Shadows fall across tundra in grays and whites, then through the long nights, northern lights shimmer in hues of greens and blues. Mountain peaks purple covered in snow, palm trees by a beach, each a silhouette pink in sunset glow. We buy postcards wherever we go. We stamp them and mail them, they fly across miles. They survive, they arrive, received with smiles, then tucked in a pocket like a picture round a neck in a locket, or fixed with a magnet to a fridge door, or tacked on to a bulletin board, or taped into an album and stored, or acknowledged smiling, then thrown into recycling, or into the trash and burned to an ash, whatever the receiver chooses to do, because that's okay too. A concert with crazy crowds, a blue sky with lazy clouds, a redwood forest green and brown, trees so big one can't get arms around. We have the time, the means to travel these scenes, and we want our friends to be there too. So we'll buy a postcard and send it to you. In a bus, on a plane, in a car, on a train, on wing, rail, and wheel, on toe and heel, on a bike, on a ship. We want you to be part of the trip. However, whenever, wherever we roam, we buy postcards and send them home. So anyway, this is called Killing Time or Dead Hours, and I don't have any trouble putting titles on anything. I go around art museums putting titles on pictures that say untitled, because I work with words. I think I saw that show before. Now it's done and that hour gone. Where do our lost hours go? Where could they be? Is there a dead hours cemetery? Will the priest pray a rosary? Will the minister deliver a eulogy? With all those hours I watched TV, I could have earned a PhD. I could have planted a tree. It might still be there in 100 years. I could have said a prayer that might find God's ears. I could have found a cure, flown a kite, sewn a dress, ridden a bike, given a kiss to someone I like, wiggled my toes in the grass, baked a loaf, taken a class, smelled some flowers with those hours, helped out a bro, learned to dance, hugged a child, taken a stance, cleaned my home, written a poem. Okay, I don't know if you guys know all, because a lot of poets have their heads in the clouds, and don't know what's been going on in Chicago. But I'm going to give you a real quickie. Jerry knows, because he writes about politics. And about a year ago, this black guy got, murdered by the police, but, that's nothing new these days, especially in Chicago. And the family was paid off $5 million to be quiet and not talk about it. And the payment was made a week after the mayor, who was fighting a very hard-won election, hard-fought election, won it, and then they paid the family off. And then this brave journalist kept suing the city to release the dash cam video so they would know what happened. And just a couple weeks ago, They released the video, but the morning they released the video, they charged the officer, who everybody said did nothing wrong, with first-degree murder. And then they released the video. And there was a video at a Burger King, but the police came and took it, and the manager said they just took it, ripped it up, and no one ever saw it again. So, welcome to Chicago. So anyway, there's been protests, lots of protests going on right now, going on all weekend about this situation. So this is called Chicago by the Numbers. So, watch the news, you can see people having die-ins in City Hall and stuff. 6 seconds for the man in blue to emerge from the vehicle and put 16 bullets into 17-year-old Laquan as he walked away. That's almost 1 bullet for every year of his life in a Chicago-style execution. But this was not enough. So, 1 week after the mayor won re-election, the city of Chicago paid Laquan's family $5 million. That's 5, comma, comma, dollars. But this was not enough. 1 year later, the city was forced to add more. 1 videotape released, 1 videotape destroyed, 1 police officer finally charged with murder, 1 police chief gone, 1 nasty but charismatic mayor barely hanging on, hundreds in the street protesting, demanding, but still, this is not enough.